Hello everyone, this is JV back again and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I uploaded my last video, but we are finally back and I'm so excited to be back because we are coming back with a bang. So before I reveal what that bang is all about, I would like to give you guys a quick update kung ano nang nangyayari sa buhay ko. As if naman may paki kayo, pero wala lang, ina-update ko lang talaga kayo. So ayun, I've been filming a lot of vlogs, yung mga first day, mga ganyan, first month in medical school, ganyan. But then wala akong time mag-edit, so sorry guys, I will upload them late. Pero again, as I mentioned naman before, na the purpose of this vlog is for me to document my journey towards that MD. So ayun, hopefully, kahit na medyo delayed siya ng malala, mga 1 month delayed siguro yung mga videos, sana maintindihan nyo since like yung demands ng med school talaga, especially now na online platform na tayo, ay sobrang bigat most of the time. So, done with the updates. So, I just want to share with you guys na nung July 2020, I brainstormed with my friends because maganda yung feedback ninyo. Thank you so much dun sa What's Your PreMed series. And we were thinking about paano kaya tayo makakatulong pa sa mga PreMed students. And so, nung nag-brainstorm kami, we came up with a new series na parang makakatulong sa mga PreMed students, especially in choosing their medical school. So, I'm pretty sure you guys have an idea na kung ano yung maging next series natin. Yes, that is right. We are going to call this series What's Your Medical School? So, just a disclaimer na na-film na po namin lahat ng to noong July 2020, but since med school happened kasi wala na akong time mag-edit. But then again, yung concept na to ay nabuo July 2020 pa, and we finished filming yung finale actually ng series na to noong July 2020 rin. So for the first episode of this new series, I am proud to present to you guys Ate Ariana from Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health. Hi, Ate Ari!
Hi, Baby.
Okay, so before we start, can you introduce yourself muna?
Okay, so hello, I'm Ari G, incoming clerk.
Okay, so let's go na sa what's your medical school questions. Okay, first question, basic. What is your medical school?
So I'm from the Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health, or ASMPH.
Okay, so can you tell us more about ate yung ASMPH, kung saan siya located?
Yeah, so ASMPH, yung exact address niya, nasa may Don Eugenio Lopez Senior Medical Complex. So it's along Ortigas Avenue, Pasig City. Like one of the best cities na dito sa NCR right now. Yun. And it's just one building actually, yung campus namin. And it's beside the medical city.
Okay. So let's go naman sa application kasi yun yung mga interesado talaga yung mga viewers natin malaman. When does the application usually start and when does it usually end?
So usually we start by September to October or sometimes like after NMAT results.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then it goes on until around January of the next year.
Let's go with the NMAT naman. May official NMAT cut-off score ba ang ASMPH?
Actually, we have a preferred NMAT score, which is dapat like 90th percentile or higher.
Mm-hmm.
Pero sabi naman nila na if you don't get that NMAT score, you can still opt to write an appeal or letter of reconsideration. So usually naman, reconsider naman daw nila if you have good academic performance or kunyari, sobrang stellar mo with like extracurricular or like you have like a lot of quality.
Okay. So, aside from the usual requirements like yun nga, napag-usapan natin, NMAT, transcript of records, may mga stuff ba that you think yung mga applicants ninyo in the future should take note of?
Yeah, actually, in Ateneo din, meron siyang mga required subjects bago ka makapasok. So, kailangan na-take mo na siya even before you enter med school.
Mm-hmm.
Pero ito naman, parang nag-apply din sila na pwedeng, like, during that summer mo, before med school, pwede kang mag-take ng courses mismo sa Ateneo Loyola School to take these classes. Mm-hmm. Tapos, yung pang special requirement for Ateneo, no? Parang you need to have the transition module before you can enter yung first year namin. So here in the transition module, basically, para lang siyang mga leadership information sessions, community immersions, and magsa-start na rin dito yung MBA classes nyo. Kasi yun nga, in Ateneo, diba, you will be MD-MBA.
Okay. So, is an interview part of the application process?
So, yeah. So, in Ateneo, yan, malaking part talaga, malaking chunk yung interview. So, if you already passed the document review, you'll be scheduled for an interview. So, usually, interviews are January.
Mm-hmm.
It happens January. Tapos, yeah, it continues hanggang February or until kailan matapos. So, yan. If you're from abroad then, or like, kunyari, outside Metro Manila, you can also schedule like mga online interviews.
Okay. So, since we've talked about the interview na, can you expound more sa experience mo naman sa interview process ng Ateneo?
Yeah. So, nung nag-apply kasi ako sa Ateneo, yung interview type namin is like panel. So, like, meron dalawang doctors in front of me, tapos yan, kinu-question nila ako.
Mm-hmm.
Pero I think a year after, like, they switch it to the MMI type of interview. It's like hindi pa masyadong alam ng mga audience natin, no? It's the multiple mini interview wherein like there's a series of short independent assessments, yeah, to determine like how you would act in certain situations, diba? So usually yung mga tanong doon like may mga ethical scenarios, ganyan, like how, for example, how to break bad news. Kunyari ikaw, nagda-drive ka. Tapos nasagasaan mo yung aso ng kapitbahay mo. Like, anong gagawin mo? Like, paano mo yun sasabihin sa kanya? Like, how to break bad news, di ba? So, again. So, I know, JV, ikaw, di ba? Like, you applied in Ateneo. I think ikaw naabutan mo ng MMI style. So, baka ikaw, like, can you share something about it?
Sure, sige. Actually, MMI is very interesting. And for me, it's one of the best type of interviews talaga. Actually, pinaka-gusto ko siya kasi I like interviews din. Kaya like, nung nalaman ko na MMI siya, maganda kasi it's kind of like fairer. Kasi as compared to other interviews, di ba isa lang yung yung magi-interview sa'yo, ganyan. So parang, paano pag like hindi tugma sa, or ayaw ka nung parang interviewer mo. So, may chance na baka yun yung maging determining factor of you getting into that school. So what I love about the MMI is yun nga, parang iba-iba, like halos 7 yata, if I'm not mistaken, different people na gine-grade ka nila. So, ang dami mong chances talaga to bawi. And at the same time, iba-iba talaga yung ina-assess nila. It's like yung, sinabi mo nga, yung parang mga ethics stuff, ganyan. Minsan naman, ina-assess yung pagka-knowledgeable mo about yung mga nangyayari sa lipunan, mga ganun. So, I find it very interesting and it's actually pretty unique sa Ateneo. Like, sobrang nagustuhan ko siya kasi it's international standards talaga yung MMI.
Baka kasi, like, usually natanong ko na, ano ba yung test, diba? When you have your interview. So, like, if you're interested, lang, I think in most med schools, lalo na sa Ateneo, kailangan mo talagang aralin yung mission, vision, and like values ng school na in-applyan mo. Ako yun yung ginawa ko to prepare me. Like, yan, memorize yung mga, di ba? Like, kasi yun yung hinahanap nila in a student. So, dapat alam mo, di ba? So, remember, pag nakapasa ka na ng, or pag naka-kinol ka na for interview, ibig sabihin yan, nakapasa ka na sa mga IQ assessments nila. Like, okay, alam nila na kaya mo na dito sa med school na to. Pero ang hinahanap nila during interview, di ba? They focus on the soft skills even more. Like, do you have empathy? Do you have compassion? Like, integrity? And like, are you able to communicate well? Diba? So, yan, early on kasi, like, diba, we have to realize na medicine is not all about the things that you know. It's about how you care for the people. So, yun lang. When you have to take it in mind, like, if for interviews in the future.
Okay, that's very well said. So, we're gonna talk about the tuition fee ranges naman na Ate Ari. Can you share to us kung ano yung tuition fee range ng ASMPH?
So, i-share ko muna siguro na this year, like, wala kaming tuition fee increase for this coming school year. And i-share ko lang din, baka interested sila, na dahil sa pandemic, nagkaroon kami ng 20K refund from the previous sem.
I know!
Yan, gusto ko lang din i-vote. When you're first and second year, so tawag namin, while 5 and 6, it's around 165K per semester. Then, while 7 and 8, or third year and fourth year, syempre less na yung mga labs mo nun, diba? So, nagiging 160K siya per sem. Yun. Then, while 9, which is internship, 130K per sem. So, yung siguro yung kailangan i-take note dito is, first, dual degree siya. So, you don't just get a medical degree, you also get an MBA. So, technically, tingnan mo yung price niya as compared to other med schools. Mas mura na siya. I mean, or like, at par siya talaga with other med schools. Pero yung downside din dito, which I hope I knew nung nag-a-apply din ako, na apparently magbabayad pala for internship. Kasi yung ibang, alam ko yung ibang med schools, hindi sila nagbabayad for internship. So work yun. And I know for Ateneo and for other schools as well na included yung internship. Like you pay for the internship.
Since we're talking about tuition fees, mga gastos, so may mga available scholarships din ba sa Ateneo?
Yeah. So, Ateneo naman, generous naman sila sa mga scholarships. So, yeah, we have two types of scholarships. So, yung merit scholarship and financial aid. For the merit scholarship, yung mga pwede dito mag-apply is yung incoming first-year students graduating with Latin honors. So, yun. Then, for the financial aid naman, like, any academically excellent student, applicants requiring financial support. So, yung preference nila is people or like students from the GIDA areas who are really willing to serve back to their own community. So, yun. For the scholarship lang, I think there's a separate interview pa for that, for them to assess kung makakakuha ka ba ng scholarship.
Okay. So, how long is the program naman? Parang na-mention mo na siya kanina, pero just to make it clear, how long is the program ng Ateneo?
So, in Ateneo, the program is 5 years, including internship and also the MBA program. So, common misconception nila na, okay, like 5 years, mas matagal ba kasi may MBA? No, parang hindi yun ganon. Yung MBA actually, it's integrated siya sa med school nyo. So, while you're in first year to fourth year, habang nagme-med classes kayo, you have like a specific time set apart for MBA. Then yung fifth year talaga is for internship, just like in any other med school.
Okay, so eto, medyo nagiging obvious na yung sagot mo dito, but what do you think is unique sa Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health?
So yun, so yung unang-una nga, syempre, since dual degree program siya, so MD-MBA, like, I can't emphasize more kung bakit kailangan mo ng MBA in med school. Like, sabi nila, it's not just like because you're gonna manage hospitals in the future eh. Hindi ganun eh, diba? Like, you need MBA kasi kailangan mo, like, you need to know, like, how to manage your resources well. Like, kunyari, nag-community doctor ka, like, if you go to the doctor to the barriers, diba? Sobrang, I mean, anywhere actually here in the Philippines, like, you have such limited resources, like, limited yung human resources mo, yung mga gamot mo, lahat. So, like, having an MBA background talaga really helps na for you to manage and to treat people even like parang better. Ayan. So aside from that, also in ASMPH, like we have both private and public hospital exposure. So yung part ng hospital namin is the medical city. But then during your clerkship and internship, you also get to rotate to several public hospitals. Kasi yun nga, di ba? Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health. So malaki sa amin yung public health. So we also rotate in OSMAC, ganyan, OSMAC, UMNC, East and other hospitals as well. Then in Ateneo din, meron din kaming several na leadership and formation classes, ganyan. So yan, tinuturuan maging leader, ganyan, how to lead. And we have a mentoring program. So you have a coach talaga assigned to you. Na like siguro around 6 of you assigned to this coach na parang life coach niya siya. So yung akin, like I got like a doctor. So ano yun, parang mag-guide niya na from first year hanggang pagka-graduate mo. Like kinakamusta ka niya, ganyan. Like inaalam niya talaga yung mga stuff about your life. Parang hindi ka maparusa. Parang gano'n. Like parang kind of mom or dad mo siya in med school. Diba? Kasi sometimes, diba, mahirap kunyari for like other people na walang family na nasa medicine. So parang sometimes, diba, ang hirap hindi ka nila maintindihan. Ganyan. But then, what's good about this mentoring sessions talaga is your coach like really understands you. Kasi either may medical background sila or trained sila. They're like trained coaches talaga. Yun. And lastly na lang is yung board ops namin. So like, I know marami na rin med schools yung nagsa-start ng board ops nila. But like, I think yung sa Ateneo, kami yung first and like, so far, pinaka-solid. Kasi ang tagal na nga nag-run yung board ops namin. So, yeah.
Okay, so ang dami ko rin natututunan about Ateneo. Okay, so eto naman, let's go to demographics. Ilan yung students per batch ng Ateneo?
So in Ateneo, there's around 160 to 180 per batch. Usually, tinatanggap na first-year students are 180. Then, yun na. Minsan mababawa, syempre, along.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so do you guys accept international students? Or may mga international students na classmate ba kayo?
Yeah, actually, we do accept international students. Pero like yung mga classmates ko, mostly from US. So, mga still.
So, eto, para naman ate sa mga taong katulad natin na hindi maiwan-iwan ang extracurricular activities ng college, may mga available extracurricular activities pa ba sa Ateneo?
Yeah, actually, this is also one thing that we take pride on, yung mga extracurricular namin, kasi ang dami talaga.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, mag-start ako siguro with, like, enumerate ko lang yung mga orgs, no? Like, we have the dance group, which is AMDG. Na, plug ko lang din, na current champions for med group, ang EMDG. We have the group also, Vox. We have Kai. Parang sa Kyle Ateneo, we have a counterpart in the med school. We have Access AMSA, or alam naman, kilala naman ng AMSA in the med community. We have Surgical Society for those who are interested to take part in like surgeries. Like, yeah, as in like early as first year, you can go into ORs and like, parang mag-retract, ganyan. Like, like naka-several na ako na open heart surgery. Yun.
Whoa, interesting!
Diba, like, first years pa lang ako, pinahawak na nila ako ng puso, pero ganyan. So, sobrang interesting. Yan. Aside from that, we also have IMBA, or like, it's for MDA na org, then Escuela, which focuses on like teaching students. Then aside from the orgs, we also have yung mga councils. So, syempre, since ang dami nga naming orgs, diba? Mm-hmm. Like, we have an organization council. So, sila yung nagmamanage ng mga orgs. We have athletics council. So, dito sa athletics council, like, sabihin ko na lang din siguro yung mga sports groups, no? Just in case interested yung mga viewers natin kung may mga athletes dyan. And we know maraming athletes talaga na nagko-continue into med school, diba? So, yeah, so we have basketball, volleyball, tennis, badminton, table tennis, football, swimming, track, ultimate, tsaka even e-games. So, yan, kompleto kami. And yung mga teams namin, nag-finish kami, like, our sports team, like, they make podium finishes sa palarong medicina. Then, aside from that, we also have academics council. So, dito naman yung mga ACAD competitions. Then, nag-help din interbatch. Like, kunyari, may mga anat lectures. Like, yung higher batch, tuturuan yung lower batch, ganyan. Then, mock OSCE, mock revalidas, ganyan. We have public health council as well. So, if merong mga interested in public health, then we have external council. So, in Ateneo kasi, like, we're part of the Ateneo Professional School. So, just recently, just this year, share ko na rin na, since, like, ma-externals ako, alam mo yan. So, like, one of my projects then, nagkaroon kami ng several, like, activities to the Ateneo Professional Schools, which are Ateneo Law School and Ateneo Graduate School of Business. So, yeah. So, kung gusto mo makakilala, di ba, ng lawyer, ganyan, ng businessman, di ba, like, yun, meron kami mga opportunities for that. Like, recently, we had the party with them. Which is fun naman. Yeah. So, di ba, hindi lang puro mga med students yung nakikita mo. So, yeah. So, we have campus ministry, ganyan. If, like, gusto mo, like, yung faith mo, like, mag-grow even when you're in med school. Then, we have student wellness team, which is, since Ateneo is really big on taking care of the mental health of its students. So, yun, meron kaming, like, org talaga, or student group for that. Then, we also have several internal events in Ateneo where, parang kunyari, ayaw mong mag-commit talaga sa isang org or sa isang council, ganyan. Pero gusto mo kunyari, a certain event lang. Pwede ka rin naman mag-commit sa mga ganun. So, in Ateneo, we have this RSEM, or like parang siyang ceremony for freshmen, kung papasok pa lang, the students. Mahilig kasi sa ceremonies yung Ateneo eh. So, we have ceremonies for coating. So, kami yon, like, incoming clerks, like, may, di ba yung white coat mo, first time mo masusuot, ganyan. And yung ceremony for that, darating yung parents mo sa school, sila yung magsusuot sa'yo, ganyan. So, yan. Then, you have, yung sa mga board takers, marami kaming ceremony for board takers and other mga parties in Katawan. So, yan, yung mga internal events. Then, lastly, siguro is yung board ops nga namin, which is, we call it Pugad Agila. So, yan, yung, one of the biggest na orgs namin. And tuwing may board season talaga, makikita mo na lahat talaga sa ASMPH, like, nagtutulungan to take care of their board takers. So, yeah.
Okay, so super informative. I really love it. Super informative. And matutuwa for sure yung mga viewers natin. So, let's move on naman to, like, yung mga practical stuff. Okay? So, like, as you know, med student, kailangan natin ng housing close to the school. So, may mga available bang residences or housing close to Ateneo?
Yeah, of course. So, in Ateneo, unfortunately, wala silang dorms or student housing. Pero you don't have to worry kasi Ortigas Center is just nearby. So, ako actually, like, nag-rent ako ng condo para mas mabilis to go to school. So, it's just around 20-minute walk or like 15 minutes kung mabilis ako nasanay ka. Yan, 15 minutes walk from your school. So, like, around 2 kilometers. Then, ayun, sobrang daming condos doon. And aside from that, you also have the Grove, which is another condo. Other side naman. Then, you also have like several apartments na pwede kang mag-rent sa mga villages like Green Meadows and Valley Verde.
Let's talk about the establishment naman. May mga establishments ba around the school na pwede mag-hang yung mga med students after classes? Ganyan.
Okay. So, beside Ateneo, diba nasabi ko kanya is the medical city nga. So, the hospital. Pero aside from the hospital, of course, like, we're adjacent also to the Rockwell Business Center. So, dun sa Rockwell Business Center, like, sobrang daming, like, mga kainan. Yan, na pwede. And, siyempre, if nakatira ka nga sa Ortigas Ave, diba? For example, you rented a condo in Ortigas, like, you have 3 malls na walk-in distance from you. Like, namely, name ko. Like, from my condo, I can work to Robinson's Galleria, 5 minutes. And I can walk to Podium, 5 minutes. And I can walk to SM Mega Mall. Yan the CDF, like yan, mga 10 minutes, gano'n. So, like, pwede ka, after mo mag-exam, ritual namin yan eh. Like, after namin mag-exam, magmumall kami to, like, refresh ourselves.
Okay. So, parang nasagot mo na rin to, pero where do students usually eat?
So, usually, sa school namin, like, we have an in-house cafeteria. Siguro parang, if you spend around 100 pesos, you can get a cup of rice, ulam, and half serving of vegetables. Yeah. Then, you also have the TNC cafeteria. So, yun, cafeteria ng hospital, if you've been there. So, maraming food choices dun eh. Like, you have Korean, you have Japanese, then you have, like, carinderia style also. So, it ranges from around 80 to 100 pesos. Yeah, then you have the medical city naman na staff cafeteria. So, since we're like students of Ateneo, ini-include nila tayo sa discount nila, sa staff nila. Siguro yun yung pinakamura mo, no, na sulit, like around 80 pesos, then you get a full meal. Then, like I mentioned kanina, yung Rockwell Business Center or RBC. So, doon naman, like, lahat ng fast food, halos, marang kita mo doon, like, McLeod, Jollibee, KFC, Bonchon, ganyan. Krispy Kreme, it's all there. Then, if gusto mo naman na medyo pasosyal ka, patita, like, may Mary Grace din, dun sa RBC. So, yun usually yung mga kinakainin. But I never found na Mary Grace in my 3 years in med school.
Yun ba yung defense mo na hindi ka tita, ganyan?
Ano pa ka tita? Sa fast food pa ako.
Okay, so eto naman. Ito siguro isa sa mga factors that our future like physicians or medical students are looking for sa mga schools nila. So can you talk about yung PLE performance naman ng Ateneo School of Medicine?
So, since 2012, which is the first batch of our board takers, no, like, yung passing rate namin is consistently above 95%. Then, always, like, ASMPH is always within the top 10 performing schools in the PLE. Tapos for the latest PLE, which is in September 2019, we were the top 1 performing school with 100% passing rate and 2 Eagles in the top 10. So Eagles yung tawag namin sa board teachers namin.
Okay, that's great to hear. Congratulations to Ateneo. Okay, ito naman, what do you think your med school is looking for in an applicant?
So ito, medyo mahirap na sagutin, no? Pero like, I went back dun sa sinabi ko kanina, wherein you would have to look at the mission talaga and the vision of your school. Like, kasi yun, malamang yun yung hinahanap din nila in an applicant. So in Ateneo, I think, like, the mission kasi of Ateneo is to form, like, outstanding clinicians, dynamic leaders, and social catalysts. Big words, diba?
Big words.
So parang ikaw, if you're an applicant, you should be willing to be formed into that kind of doctor. So, like, kunyari, as an outstanding clinician, hindi lang kailangan na may mastery ka of the clinical skills. Yan, bare minimum yan sa lahat ng magiging doctors in the future. But then, like, you need to also have, like, compassion, like, to care for the health of individuals, and not just individuals even, like, to care about the health of communities as well. Yan. Yung na-mention ko yan, diba, yung isa is dynamic leader. So, you need to have an expertise in managing people, systems, and resources. You need to be a social catalyst. And by social catalyst, we mean here na you have the competencies to help address like the ill health, the poverty, and the inequity na kinakaharapan ng health. Kasi, di ba, when we look at health and we study public health, like we study the social determinants of health, di ba? Like, hindi lang sa yung mismong patient mo. Parang marami pang underlying factors kung bakit nagkaganyan yung patient mo. So, yun. Then I just want to dabble a bit lang then about the core values siguro of Ateneo. So, yun, you need to have integrity. Like, yun, dapat meron kang strong moral principles in life. Like, the next one we call it as cura personalis. Sa Ateneo ko lang din to narinig. Like, you know, not coming from Ateneo undergrad, like, nabobombard ako with like new values here. So, yung cura personalis, it's like caring for the entire person. Like, you don't look at the patient as or by the patient's disease, pero kailangan you look at the patient in his or her totality. Diba? So, in Ateneo, pag to patient history kami, no, hindi lang like old cards, ganyan. Like, hindi lang siya family history, like, social history, ganyan, ano yung sakit mo, ganyan. Pero meron pa kaming stakeholders analysis wherein like we really ask about their family, their capacity to pay their bills, their capacity to buy their like medicines, and even kung sino yung pwedeng mag-alaga sa kanila habang hinaharap nila tong illnesses na to. So yun. And siguro lastly, like hindi ko na nilahat kasi baka hindi tayo matapos. So ito lang yung siguro mga favorites ko. No? So lastly, like persons for others. So kailangan if you're applying to Ateneo, like I think ASMPH is big on people who does not live only for themselves, but also for God and for the people. So yun, kailangan talaga may puso ka para sa Diyos saka para sa mga Filipino people as well.
Grabe yung pagka ng Ateneo talaga sa personality ng guest natin. Okay, so eto naman, I know you've mentioned kanina like 'di ba extracurriculars nga is life sa atin ganyan. Can you briefly describe naman what the student life is like? I mean from your personal perspective lang din.
So, syempre, as a med student, you study a lot, 'di ba? Gising ka sa umaga, ligo ka, pasok ka school, aral-aral. Pag uwi mo, ligo ka lang ulit, kain ka, aral-aral ka na. Weekend mo, aral ka ulit. So, you really study a lot. But then, what's nice about it is that you enjoy what you're studying, di ba? You enjoy what you're learning, and you get to live your dream already. Like, being in med school. Like, ito na yung pangarap mo eh. And like, you're already living it. So, yun, masaya siya. Like, learning about the human body is amazing. And like, learning about like health and our country, di ba? Like, yun, masaya. And I think, one thing lang din na pag minsan, alam mo yung pag kunyari nagiging na-overwhelmed na tayo with so many things, like, we should remember na we're not doing this alone. Like, we're doing it with our friends, diba? May mga kasama naman tayo. And in ASMPH, you do it with the community. Like, lahat yan, yung admin mo, sinusuportahan ka, yung higher batches mo, lower batches mo, sinusuportahan ka. So, yan.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure from what you've said already, there are a lot of reasons kung bakit gusto na ng mga students yung Ateneo. But siguro just one of the endings siguro na mo ngayon sa interview na to, why should PreMed students apply to Ateneo?
Okay, so first, kasi medyo marami akong nakikilang med students through ATM-CSN since I'm also part of ATM here. So, marami akong nami-meet na med students from different med schools. Tapos, may sinasabi sila sa akin parate. Pag nakakita sila ng mga group of Ateneans, sabi nila, Ari, ang dami namang magaganda at pogi dyan sa school nyo. Pakilala mo naman ako. So, yeah, I think it's one of the things, so you should apply to Ateneo. Talaga. No joke. Nakita ko. Yun. So, that's one. And, I believe that Ateneo is one of the best med schools in the country. And not just based on our performance at PLE, but then because of how Ateneo raises doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And yung na-mention ko kanina lahat ng values ng Ateneo. Like, may instill yun talaga sa'yo sa 5 taon ng pag-aaral doon. Ayan. And also the community, like, in Ateneo, we have this saying na no Atenean left behind. So, lahat yan. Kunyari, every year, hindi lang to saying, this is usually used sa board ops namin, no? Na parang kaya, like, tinutulungan namin each one. Pero hindi lang sa board ops. Pero kahit mula first year ka, Like, no Atenean left behind na, yun nga, tinutulungan ka ng mga higher batches mo, ng mga lower batches mo. And for example, may mga removals kasi kami sa Ateneo. Kunyari, you didn't make it for the certain module or the certain subject. Like, yun, pwede kang like, sama-sama kayo na yung mga classmates mo, mag-hold sila ng mga review sessions for you just to help you. Yun. So, alam mo talaga na sa Ateneo, hindi ka talaga pababaya.
Okay, so last siguro, parting words, ganyan. What is your message to aspiring medical students naman?
Yan. So, med students, sige. So, med school is a wonderful journey. Like, you need to live through every moment. Like, lahat ng sakit, like, lahat ng saya. Di ba, parte yun eh. Parte yun kung bakit like, sobrang enriching and sobrang one of a kind talaga ng med school experience. And like, I think, aspiring med students should know also na parang they need to be careful to not use it just as a stepping stone towards achieving their dreams. Yan. So yun, ito kung may aalalahanin kayo sa everything na sinabi ko. Siguro is that being in med school is already you living your dream. Mm-hmm. So hindi ka nagpo-pause ng life mo just because you're in med school. You continue living it, diba? Continue living it the way that you do. Learn how to prioritize. Like, know the things that are most important to you. So may it be your spiritual life, your family, your friends, your hobbies, diba? Yun, lahat yan. Yes, alam ko mahalaga talaga ang med school. Pero mahalaga rin sila. Mahalaga rin pamilya mo, mga kaibigan mo. Alam mo, like, may mga friends ako who go home balikan. Like, 2 hours in travel nila. Pagod ng school, pabalik ng school. I have friends na every weekend, umuwi pa rin sa mga provinces nila just to see their family. Like, I have friends na nagpa-party pa rin with their friends kahit nasa med school, diba? Kahit malapit na yung mga exams. And then, I have friends na kino-continue nila yung hobbies nila and like their other passions. Kasi, yun, sometimes like, hindi lang med school, diba? Like, marami tayong gustong gawin. And kaya naman siya sa med school. Like, I have friends sa part ng band, as in like, sikat na band. Like, I have friends na may business. Like, kino-continue nila yung business nila while in med school. And like, pero ako, like, I like teaching sa church. So, kino-continue ko pa rin na nag-teach ako sa church. Like, every Sunday, even if like, I have med school. So, kaya silang ipagsabay. Hindi mo kailangan na i-focus lang talaga yung life mo. Like, sa med school lang. So, yeah. So probably like, remember to immerse yourself in med school, in the med school experience because it's great. But don't let it consume you. Mm-hmm. So, yun. And, you know, lastly, siguro, like, have fun. Kasi masaya talaga siya. Maraming ups and downs. Pero, that's what makes life interesting, eh, diba? Like, hindi ka lang parating nasa high, hindi ka lang parating nasa low. Like, you get to experience, like, everything in between. So, yun.
Grabe naman, ang galing ng pagkakasynthesize mo lahat ng sinabi mo. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, ate. And then I'm pretty sure na thankful din yung mga makakanood ng vlog na to kasi marami silang matututunan. Parang okay na wag silang mag-attend ng fresh orientation, pero mag-attend pa rin kayo, ganyan. So ayun, thank you so much.
Thank you then, JV, for having me.
So that's it, you guys. That's the first episode for this new series. And I just want to thank Ate Ariana rin for making this episode possible. I know na marami siyang ginagawa sa buhay, so I appreciate the time so much. And I want to thank you guys as well for the continuous support. And sana makita ko pa rin kayo sa next episode ng What's Your Medical School. See ya!